Happy Wednesday, October 28th. I'm Guy McPherson of GuyMcPherson.com. You type those letters in, it'll take you to Nature Bats Last. And I'm going to provide a few headlines dating back to Monday after the close through this morning as the markets open in the United States. All right, first an overview from CNBC. Yesterday after the markets closed, stock market live Tuesday, second day of losses, Dow closes at session low, record COVID-19 cases. So CNBC is reporting that we're in the United States, we're in a record number of COVID-19 cases, also in the world, a record number of infections, and that the stock market went down, the Dow went down 650 points Monday and 220 additional points on Tuesday. So here we are on Wednesday. Let's get into some of the details. From Monday, oil drops 3% as virus infections, Libyan oil output rebound. That's from Reuters, indicating that the number of virus infections is up and Libyan oil output is up as well. From the Wall Street Journal, pandemic fatigue is real and it's spreading. Yes, that's right. Privileged people, mostly in the first world, just can't give up an ounce of privilege to try to prevent further infections and further deaths. So we rip off the mask, we go to the grocery store, we yell at people for wearing their masks, we shame people for wearing their masks. This is where we are. We're just tired of this pandemic, so we decided we're done with it. The pandemic will decide when it's done. We don't get to decide when we're done with the pandemic. The pandemic decides when it's done with us, just to be clear. Final headline from Monday from The Motley Fool. New data suggests a stock market crash may be imminent. Yes, could very well be, as I've been pointing out in the short video clips for a few months now. From the Wall Street Journal yesterday, struggling rental market could usher in next American housing crisis. Here's the subhead. Millions of renters are behind on their payments. Mass evictions could come soon. So this is the American response, the classically American response to people who are so poor that they can't pay the rent. Evict them. No money for you, no home for you. From Bloomberg, also yesterday, stimulus hopes put on hold until after election as Senate leaves. From Reuters, also yesterday, Caterpillar reports 54% drop in quarterly earnings. This is incredibly important because Caterpillar stock and Caterpillar sales are a leading indicator of construction activity. Who do you think sells all the machines to make those freeway exits and interchanges? That's all Caterpillar. If Caterpillar tractors and other equipment are not being sold, it's an indication that there's a whole bunch of large-scale industrial activity that is on the decline. The classically American response to the whole thing comes via headline Politico yesterday. Trump fights in court to block pandemic food aid for lowest income Americans. That's right. No stimulus check for you, no food for you either. That's the response from the wealthy, is to continue to take away privilege, meaning food and water, from the poor. From the news that really matters, at The Guardian, sleeping giant Arctic methane deposits starting to release, scientists find. And here's the lead. Scientists have found evidence that frozen methane deposits in the Arctic Ocean, known as the sleeping giants of the carbon cycle, have started to be released over a large area of the continental slope off the East Siberian coast. The Guardian can reveal. Well, The Guardian could have revealed this information back in 2008 when Natalia Shakova and colleagues were reporting at the European Geophysical meeting, at the European Geophysical Union meeting, that this was happening. That's 12 years ago. You could have reported it then, but you didn't. But now The Guardian can reveal that we're in a shitload of trouble as a result of methane release. They could have also, the Guardian also could have pointed out to at least 3 peer-reviewed journal articles on the topic that had come out in the last few years. But no, No money for you, no privilege for you, no food for you, no information for you. It's all tied together, folks. From late last night at the Progressive Soapbox with journalist extraordinaire Jamarl Thomas, the unfortunate results of a new COVID-19 antibody study spells a disastrous 2021. It's not the only thing spelling a disastrous 2021. You think 2020 was crazy. The crazy is only going to get worse from here. We were having a discussion with our guests at dinner last night about this very topic, that everybody thinks that we're out of the woods now going into 2021. No, the woods are getting a lot darker. Bring your flashlights. Or, as one of our guests pointed out last night, 2020 is a dress rehearsal. The shit's really getting real in 2021. Examples? From this morning at Fox Business, Boeing warns job cuts coming as coronavirus leads to fourth straight quarterly loss. From Reuters, COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations surge, governors crack down. Finally, some leadership indicating that somebody might be willing to do something to corral the masses from going out and spreading virus cases to the entire population. We're going to die either way. Do you want to die suffering? Nobody wants to die suffering. So there are things governments can be doing at this point. There are things we can be doing as well in terms of how we treat other people. So let's pursue that. It's the least we can do. And as people tell me all the time, I do the least I can do. So can you. Make it a great day. And finally, to the point, after the stock market's finished down more than 870 points over the last 2 days, Dow Jones is down about 500 points at 9:38 a.m. Eastern Time. The NASDAQ and S&P 500 are following suit as the free fall continues. And this is not a Tom Petty song.